What's going on, guys, and welcome to another video. In this video I want to talk about a 4-1-2-1-2 formation that I use a lot. It's probably my favourite formation in the game. I feel the most comfortable with it. I have changed it a bit from my last one as the patch has adjusted a few things in gameplay that I feel like you might need to do. So I'm going to tell you what to do. I'm going to tell you the custom tactics, what I do in game, etc., the kind of players to use, so it all helps you out if you're struggling for tactics, struggling for wins, and for champions and division rivals. As you can see in the background, I've just done a Flashback Dani Alves. I feel like he was quite expensive. I think he cost me probably about 300k at the time, but I feel like the investment will pay off throughout the year. There's not going to be many right backs better than him for that price, and I feel like in that you've got a solid right back that you can use throughout the year anyway. He obviously links with Mbappe, a helpful link to him. Also, he'll help get Pato in the team from Brazilians. If you put Pato centre mid, use the chemistry links there. Marquinhos, Thiago Silva centre backs. I feel like it opens up a lot of options, as there's no Brazilian right backs that are really any cop. Apart from Dani Alves, like I've just watched what's his name, Matt HD Gamer's video, and he talked about him being team of the year stats. He is, guys. I mean, unbelievable stats for a player. Just gonna watch him come out. I would probably say do it. I've done most of the flashback cards. I didn't do Boateng as I'm not going to use him. I do only do them if I'm going to use them. Dani Alves I will be using for definite. Pato I did. Sturridge and Hernandez are really good as well. Hernandez I prefer over Sturridge. Hernandez just always seems to score for me. He's just really good. And I'll open up the pack, and then I'm going to go into the tactics videos for you. Prime Gold Players pack, not really expecting anybody. Not walk out, so let's skip that. Hopefully get someone that I can just sell. Nah, nobody. Discard those guys. Absolute shit. Now, let's go into the tactics. This isn't a team that I'd use. This is Paulinho was there. Used him in squad builder. Have got another one ready. But basically, these are the players that I would use in the formation. Key players that I can use. So basically, you want to choosing a 4-1-2-1-2 is pretty difficult off the bat, because obviously there's a lot of wingers in the game that you want to use that are really effective. So I would start out with a 4-3-3 formation, and then change it in game. I wouldn't actually go with a 4-1-2-1-2 to start, as you're quite limited to what players you can actually use, the links, etc. In goal, not Butland, obviously, but I would use, he's 6'5". I would go for a taller keeper if you can. De Gea, Courtois, Chesney, goalkeepers like that. Not Hugo Lloris. Do never buy Hugo Lloris. He cost me on the weekend league so many times coming out for crosses. So he's on the red list. He will never be bought or purchased again. If I see him, he's going to get discarded in a pack. Hugo Lloris is dead to me. He's a Spurs player as well, so let's not talk about them. Right backs. Obviously now I've got Dani Alves, but Cancelo is one of my favourite right backs on the game. Obviously he's decently tall, 6 foot. He's got the stamina, really good pace. He's decent at defending as well. I feel like Cancelo is one of the meta defenders on the game. If you can afford his in form, I've just got this one untradeable, so I'll just use him basically. If you can afford the inform, definitely get him. Centre halves, fast, strong centre backs are the meta. Obviously, cheap option Tony Rudiger and Stones are really good. To be honest, they're usable. Favourite defenders in this formation: Van Dijk, Boateng, Ramos, Varane, obviously Thiago Silva, players like that. The left back needs to be fast, obviously, same as the right back. He's quite tall, 5'11". Alex Telles. I'm just going to hold on to him because I feel like if Porto can get through a few rounds, if they can get, they're definitely through to the next one, so 1187. If they get through again, they will go top as well, so they get seeded team. So Alex Telles for 140,000 coins, I feel like he could possibly go to an 88. Porto do any good and might get even further, but at least an 88. So you're talking 89 pace, 85 defending, 80 odd physical, nearly 80 shot, basically nearly all 80s on his card. He's really good anyway. Defensive midfielder, I would go for players like Joshua Giavogi. obviously you can't do him anymore, and you really missed out if you didn't do his SBC. He's absolutely solid. At the minute, there is Jefferson Lerma, I think his name. Is it Jefferson? Jefferson. I'm going to go with Jefferson. Jefferson Lerma. Unbelievable card he's got. Absolutely unbelievable. People comparing him to Fabinho, having better stats. Fabinho's got the height for me, the 6'2", over the 5'10", I think he is, 5'11", something like that. But yeah, I would do Jefferson Lerma when you can, when you've got enough swap cards. The same as Giavogi, solid holding midfielders. In the cam role is where this man is going to come in, Gianfranco Zola. Obviously, if you watch my last video, I actually packed Deco untradeable, and all I needed to do was for the prime icon set 3 was to trade an icon in, so I just swapped Deco for basically another icon. I was never going to use Deco, so I used someone like Zola who's actually usable. Obviously, if you saw my header, the banner, what's it called on YouTube, Zola's in there, one of my favourite players of all time. So 1966, still going strong, still ripping up the teams. You know how he does. Brilliant player, Gianfranco Zola. Like I said, Giavogi would be the holding midfielder. Paulinho is the type of player that you would have on the left and right side, the high. The Milinkovic-Savic, he's high medium but absolutely perfect, same as De Bruyne. Paulinho, really good and really cheap, around 10,000 coins, and literally, if you've got Pato, links perfectly with him. Gets Telesh into team, gets Alexandro into teams. He will also bring Dani Alves into teams now. That's the kind of player you need on the outside. When you're going forward, you need a fast striker. I feel like you need 2 fast strikers in this formation to run in behind. Pato is perfect. Pato is absolutely unbelievable. His stats would be better than that. I bought him on for about the first 10 games. Obviously, he doesn't get the full chemistry boost, but with the full chemistry boost, he's unbelievable. The LB, RB, low shot across goal. Pato is the best striker I've used of that, seriously. He's unbelievable. In the left and right wingers, if you're going to try and... I know a lot of you will probably try and use players like Neymar, Martial up front, and Mbappe as well from the right. That's why I've got Mahrez and Sterling in there. What you're going to want to do is balance it up with a left footer, right footer coming in. What you could do, I've got Zola. I use Zola in every team just because he links with everybody. But what these 3 would be the strikers normally. Let's say Neymar, Mbappe, and you'd probably put like Rabiot in there to get the chemistry, and Rabiot would be one of your centre mids. Then you'd have your striker down here linking with somebody. That's what I do. So you get easily the most effective hybrid teams. That's what all the players do in Foot Champions. If you can't afford icons, that's what you need to do to get the best teams. But yeah, like I said, these are key. So like you'd have Neymar, Mbappe, and they would essentially play STs. Your striker probably play cam. In this, I would play probably these 2 up front, and then Mahrez at cam. He's got the stamina. That's the. I'm not going to go into too much detail on what kind of players you need. You like know that, but just a quick insight into that. Also, like Sanchez centre mid, perfect, same as Paulinho. Royce, obviously, brilliant player in this. Hernandez also work. If you've got these kind of players, you can effectively use this 4-1-2-1-2. What I'm going to do now is go into the custom tactics and show you guys 4-1-2-1-2. I have changed a bit. Let's go to defensive style. I have changed it to drop back. It was pressure on heavy touch. Now you can't use that all game. Your players get knackered, which is, I believe, a good thing, as you had constant pressure, and it was just impossible to beat some players that have played, like, say, Hernandez and Sturridge and Royce. They've got really low stamina for strikers, but they'd like chase you down back into the midfield all game, and then by the end of the game they'd still be outpacing your centre halves because the stamina just would not go down enough. But now with the patch, it works very well. So I go drop back. When you're defending, it kind of goes into like an ultra defensive formation, like on the previous FIFAs, which is what you need. I need it definitely because I can't really defend. I'm really bad at defending. If you need to watch some of my games, man, I might go on Twitch one weekend and just show you the absolute abhorrent goals that I concede, and some games that I lose are absolutely. I don't even want to talk about them. They're stupid. But width, I've put it up. It used to be one of these 2. Now I'll go 5 to combat the wingers. People seem to be using wings a lot more. The 4-2-3-1 formation is popular. So when you come up against that, this kind of helps that. If you do, you could set another one up, and if you are having problems down the wings, maybe go to 6. That just combats the wing play, basically the 1-2s with a fullback, getting past your fullback to putting crosses to cut back. I go 5 personally, you might want 6. That's a personal preference, but I would definitely go higher than 4. Depth, keep it on 4 as you're going drop back, so you're back anyway, you know what I mean, when you're defending. Doesn't really need to be messed with much. Offensive side is now balanced. It was fast build up, but I feel, if any, most of you probably watched Foot Champions Cup the weekend. What Tex won, absolutely unbelievable player. If you watch Tex, if you watch Tex and all the other players, they're slow build up. They don't rush the play. Fast build up, you lose it a bit. I got balanced. You could go possession if you really want to slow it down, but I keep it as balanced. Let the players do what they want. Don't rush the way you attack. I learnt that this weekend. You need to stay patient and try to stop rushing attacks. You will mess up the attack. As you look at the little artwork in the background, the players playing, look how it goes to left centre back and then to centre mid. Now that's exposed. That's the kind of way you need to play. You need to like bring the players out, play it across the back line, and then you're in. Basically, that's the way that this game should be played now after the patch. With constant pressure gone as well. Basically, this will be more effective. Fast build up was to combat that basically, but now you don't need it. Width going forward, keep it at 5. I think I did have it at 4 before, but now I'll go 5 a bit wider. Doesn't really change it that much, but it kind of, say if they're playing a narrow and they're playing a 4, your midfielders might have a tiny bit more space to create. From the outside on 5, maybe 6 sometimes, depending on how the game's going. Just gets players in for headers. Wing play is key. So you strike, like I said, Pato is your striker. He's quite decently tall, decent at heading. I know a lot of people like Lewandowski. He's quite good. Harry Kane. Even if you've got like players like Neymar, they will run back to the far post and be in acres of space. Because the players will go to the near post. As you can see, 2 players run to the near post and they will be marked, which will probably pull their fullback inside, and that leaves your left or right striker, whichever variant side you're crossing from, to have space at the far post. Corners and free kicks are basically irrelevant, always going 3 and 2 for me. Show you what I would do in game. I'm losing it a bit. Yep. What I would do in this, you want a skillful cam, one who can score goals, one that can do everything, which is my Zola. Pato, like I said, shooting across the goal with an LB, RB, low driven shot is perfect. He's really good at it. So it does. You don't effectively need a left footer on the right. It is better sometimes. So if you've got Salah, obviously he's going to score a lot of goals. But the way I play, I've changed it up a bit. I don't really finesse shot anymore. I know finesse shot is the meta, but this kind of works for me. A shooting across goal, but I will have one. I won't just have two like a right and left foot on either side. I will, if you need that option to finish shot. So Paulinho would go there, the high. Same as that, you need at least a high medium. I don't feel like Paul Pogba works enough getting back. De Bruyne, who is better than Paul Pogba in my opinion. Milinkovic, Savic if you're into Serie A teams, or if you've got the Europa League one, absolutely perfect at this. Your holding mid needs medium high. Would stay away from Fabinho in this formation. I can't even get to Giavogi there, but I would stay away from Fabinho, Dembele's, players like that. I would go for a medium high. Giavogi, Kante, Lerma. Who else is there? I don't know. De Rossi, just for the work rate. Kind of player you need. Tellers. I think it's irrelevant what work rates your fullbacks actually have now, because if you have stay back while attacking, they don't get forward anyway, do they? So high low is a bit of pushing it, like Dani Alves and Marcelo, but it's irrelevant. They don't really go forward, do they? To be honest, if you tell them to stay back, centre halves are just your centre halves, aren't they? You know what you need. I don't keep these on stay central. Sometimes you do like to drift them out wide, and they will run off the fullback, which is effective. Sometimes they are getting behind and stay forward though. Same as Zola is stay forward. Aggressive interceptions as well to try and close the play down, just between their defence and the midfield. Stay back while attacking and cover wing now, as it helps out with a fullback. I did used to play central, but now people are using the 4-2-3-1 a lot more. I feel like you need to cover the wings. Covering the wings with your centre mids is one of the most effective things you can do. So cover centre on your outside centre mids. I do. Morris can play there now because the one I've got, his stamina is like 90. But what I would do on you one centre mid, I would have a predominantly defensive minded, but one that can go forward. That's why I said Paulinho is good at both. And like De Bruyne is the one I normally use there. He's the better one going forward. I won't have him on stay back. We'll have him on cover wing, but you want him to like kind of pinch you a goal. Him and Milinkovic-Savic are the most effective. Keep talking about Milinkovic-Savic. He's underrated. He's cheap. 85 rated. He's got like 80 finishing or something like that, so he scores a lot of goals for you. This one I would probably have high is good if you've got a player that can do that. High medium is enough what you need. Medium high, like I said, I'll give Vogie, cover centre on him, stay back while attacking, nothing else. Stay back while attacking and overlap on your fullbacks. That doesn't mean they will overlap and attack. That just means their run type is outside and not in. If you were to go like inverted, they might go to make a run, and that will just leave them completely out of position. If you keep them on overlap, they will stay out wide, which I found is really effective for me. I don't see a lot of people do that, but that's what I actually do, and I find it a lot better. But yeah, guys, that's enough for this 4-1-2-1-2. Hopefully it works for you guys. It's worked for me a lot. So I did mix it up, but I didn't play my best FIFA this weekend, but I didn't use the 4-1-2-1-2. I tried the 4-2-3-1. It didn't work for me. I'm going to give it another try with my new relaxed game style, my new possession-based game style. So hopefully that works, and I can bring you a tactics video on that and give you a few options. But at the minute, the 4-1-2-1-2 is my favourite. So yeah, guys, hopefully that helps you, and I will see you guys on... I want to bring you a video before Thursday, maybe a cheap budget team for FUT Champions for people who haven't got a lot of coins, about 200,000-300,000 coin team. But I will be bringing you definitely the pack video on Thursday. My last one was a good one. I packed an icon deco. So yeah, guys, go and watch that, and I will see you guys whenever the next video is.